Today we are going to talk about tax, tips, and discounts. First, we're going to look at tips. A tip is an extra cost and is therefore added to an original number. So the first step we're going to use is to find the amount of the tip by rewriting the percent as a decimal and multiplying by the original number. The second step, we're going to add the tip amount back to the original number. So here's our first example. An 18% tip is added onto a $25 lunch bill. How much is paid altogether for lunch? So the first step is to find the amount of the tip by rewriting the percent as a decimal. So we have 18%, and we need to make that a decimal. Now the way that I always like to remember is I have two circles behind the percent, so I have to move the decimal, it's right here, to the opposite way. So that's 2 to the left. So you end up getting 0.18. So the easy thing to remember is when you have a percent, to make it a decimal, just move it twice to the left. Now it says to multiply by the original number, which was $25. Times by 0.18. 8 times 5 is 40, carry the 4. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 4 is 20. We're done with the first set of numbers. Add an x for place value. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. We add it all up. We get 450. Now, we have to remember, there's two decimals, so I have to move the decimal place 2 places to get $4.50. Now the next step is to add the tip amount back to the original number. So we started with $25 and we're adding $4.50. Add decimal and zeros for place value. We got 0, 5, decimal, 9, and 2. So the entire cost for lunch was $29.50. Now we're going to talk about taxes. A tax is an extra cost that is therefore added to an original number. So we find the amount of the tax by rewriting the percent as a decimal and multiplying by the original number. Then we add the tax amount from the original number. So let's look at our example. We have 6% sales taxes added onto an $84 purchase. How much is paid altogether for the purchase? So the first step is to find the amount of tax by rewriting the percent as a decimal. Now we learned in the last slide, all we have to do is move the decimal 2 times to the left. So we have 6%. We have the decimal here. So we have to move it over 2 decimal places and add the 0 for place value. So we have 0.06. Then it says to multiply by the original number, which was 84. 4 times 6 is 24, carry the 2. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. Add the x for place value. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 plus 4, or 8 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is 4. Now we add, we got 4, 10, carry the 1, and 5. Now we have 2 decimal places, so we have to move it over 2 decimal places. So we get $5.04. So the last step says to add the tax amount back to the original number. So we take our original amount of 84 and we're going to add our $5.04. So at our decimal and place value, we're adding 0 plus 4 is 4, 0 plus 0 is 0. We have our decimals. 4 and 5 is 9, 8 is 8. So the entire new cost is $89.04. So the last thing we're going to talk about today is discounts. A discount is a savings and is therefore subtracted from the original number. So we find the amount of the discount by rewriting the percent as a decimal and multiplying by the original number. The last step is to subtract the discount from the original number. So let's look at our example. A 15% off coupon is used on $70 purchase. How much is paid? So the first step is to rewrite the percent as a decimal. So we have 15%. We move the decimal 2 places to the left, 1 and 2, to to get 0.15. Now it says to multiply by the original, which was 70. Multiply by 70, kick that 0 out. So when we multiply with the 0 at the end, we can bring the 0 straight down and multiply regularly. 7 times 5 is 35, carry the 3. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 3 is 10. There's 2 decimal places, so we have to go 1 and 2 to get 1050. So now we need to do the last step and subtract the discount from the original number. So we have $70, and we subtract $10.50. Now let's add the decimal in place value. Now let's subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 5 we can't do, so we have to borrow. This is going to become 10. This is going to become 9. This is going to become 6. 10 minus 5 is 5, decimal. 9 minus 0 is 9. 6 minus 1 is 5. So the new price is $59.50.